the Home Office have rolled out the exact date that all what they have been talking about carers not being able to bring dependents, if you have to be sponsored to work in the UK, the employer must be able to pay you 38,700 and all of that, including the IHS fee. Government, today is 30th. I'm filming this video on the 30th of January. Home Office have announced this 3 to 4 hours ago on the exact date. We've all been hearing that it's going to take effect in spring. So now the Home Secretary, James Cleverly, have come out to say that these are the exact dates that these things will be taking effect. So I'm going to also leave the link in the description box just in case you want to click on the link and read it from the Home Office website. So without wasting time, my name is Chidima. I live and work in the United Kingdom. In this channel, I talk about my life in the UK, latest on immigration, talk about nursing, some vlogs here and there. Consider subscribing to the channel just to get you informed of what is happening in the United Kingdom. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back again to this beautiful channel. Without wasting time, let's get right into the video. So I'll be inserting some clips on the screen just so you can read alongside what I am saying. So without wasting time, let's head right into this video. So there's a whole lot that has been said. There's a whole lot that is being laid out on this website, but I'm going to be picking out the ones that are affecting you and affecting myself as an immigrant in the United Kingdom. So let's get right into it. Measures to transform the UK legal migration system, bolster border security and drive down unsustainable and unfair levels of migration will come into force within weeks. The Home Secretary has announced today. It comes after the Prime Minister and Home Secretary set out a major new package of reforms in December, delivering the biggest ever reduction in net migration and tackling exploitation across the immigration system. The robust changes, which will curb abuse of migration system and ensure those choosing to make the UK their home can afford to do so, will begin to come into effect as early as March and will mean 300,000 people who came to the UK last year will no longer be able to come. They include reforms that will restrict care workers from bringing dependents and require care providers to register with the Care Quality Commission if they are sponsoring migrants, which will come into effect on 11th of March. So let me explain. So if you are a care assistant planning to come to the UK, or you are a student in the UK and you're planning to go onto the care visa, or you are on any other visa already residing in the UK, or you have applied for your care assistant visa and you haven't gotten it yet, pay attention. From March 11th, every visa that has been stamped from March 11th on this visa route, you will no longer be able to bring your dependent to the UK. And if you are already in the UK with your dependent on any other type of visa and you choose to switch to care assistant visa from March 11th, if you don't switch, once it's March 11th, even your dependents in the UK cannot stay. They will have to leave the country. Now, any organization that is sponsoring care assistants and care workers, excluding the nurses, doctors, and all whatnot, any organization that is sponsoring them, if they do not join to be regulated by Care Quality Commission, the organization that is responsible for monitoring the activities of all the healthcare settings in the UK, from March 11th, they will no longer be able to sponsor people to come to the UK. Those companies can no longer sponsor. But they will still be able to renew the visa of those they have sponsored in the past month or last year, or whenever they sponsor the person, they will still be able to renew their visa and lead them up to permanent residency. I made a video clarifying on what the Home Office have said about those already in the UK or those that have already gotten the clarification they made about this carer, bringing dependent and not bringing dependent. If you have not watched their video, you might want to go and watch it just so that you can understand what I have just said. That is the first thing that James Cleverly has said today, 30th January. So March 11th, take note of that. March 11th, take note of that. The second thing he said is the laying of immigration rules, which will include the removal of the 20% going rate discount for occupations on the shortage occupation list on 14th March. So what this means is that you know that if an employer wants to sponsor you from abroad to come and work in the United Kingdom, they are allowed to have a discount in your salary for 20% compared to what they will offer British citizens. So now that 20% going rate have been removed with effect from 14th of March. That is that. The next point today is a new increase to the minimum salary threshold required for those arriving on the skilled worker visa from £26,200 to £38,700 on 4th April. So now it has been all over the news since last year that for an employer to sponsor you to come on a skilled worker visa, carers are not involved. Those on health and care visa are exempt from this increment. So if you are on a skilled worker visa and you are expecting a sponsorship from April 4, if that employer cannot pay you 38,700, they will no longer be allowed to bring you to the UK. Every employer that wants to sponsor an overseas staff from April 4th must be able to write on their COS that they will pay them 38,700. That is one of the points in today's news highlight. Now, the last one is increasing the minimum income requirement threshold in stages for family visas starting at 29,000 from April 11. So this one affects even the British citizens. It affects them. So if they have spouses outside the UK and they want to bring them in, they must be able to earn 38,700 to be able to bring them in. That was what the Home Office said last year. But there was a lot of buhaha. People were like, so we cannot find love abroad. We have to love our own citizens by fire, by force. And now they decided that they will do this increment in stages. The first stage will be increasing it to £29,000, and that is going to be starting from April 11. Now, after April 11, they are going to announce sometime in the future again when they will step it up from £29,000. So, if you have your spouse abroad and you are a citizen or a permanent resident, or and you want to bring them in, you better start doing that now that it is still 29,000, because to be honest, so many people do not earn 38,700 in this country. I'm telling you, that is the fact. So that was another thing that James Cleverly announced today, 30th January 2024. So he finally said that they want to abolish the shortage occupation list and replace it with immigration salary list from early April. What this will imply will be that some occupations will remain on that list temporarily. And the implication is, if your occupation is no longer on that list, once your visa expires, you can't stay. You have to jump onto another occupation that is on the list for you to remain in the UK. So this is it, guys. Make sure that by March 11, if you're a care assistant and you've gotten a job offer, please notify your employers that the Home Office have announced a date that if your visa have not been stamped by March 11, there's no point. If you're coming here, you're coming alone, you're not coming with your dependent. So that is that. And then if you're coming on a skilled worker visa, now when you're searching for a job, you know that the 38,700 is coming into effect by April. So you must have to do what? Start looking for jobs that quote salary of that amount. If not, you will not be able to come to the UK in 2024. So this is it, guys, just to get you guys up to speed with what has been announced so that everybody can tighten up their belts. If you're in the UK already and you're planning to join the carers visa, you have to hurry up with that. Remember, the IHS fee that has been increased is going up by 6th of February. That is, I think, next week. That is when the new IHS fee will come into effect. So I know that so many people that are unskilled worker, because of this amount, will want to switch to the health and care visa. Make sure you switch before March 11th. If not, if you switch later after that, you will not be able to bring your dependents. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to as many as are wanting to relocate through this route, so that they can get well informed. And make sure you subscribe to the channel just to keep you up to date with what is happening in the UK. I will see you in my next video. Bye.